Hey guys, welcome to the greenhouse. We have been so busy. There's lots to tell you and update you on. So I'm not even gonna bother talking about it. Let's just show you. Is it hot in here, babe?
Yeah, it is. It's 98 degrees in here.
Are the heaters off?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Got a bunch of our flowers. We've got blue morning glories, pink morning glories, Shasta daisies, white celery, which has not popped up yet, teddy bear sunflowers, and then we have autumn sunflowers and sun gold sunflowers, cosmos, marigolds, cantaloupe, butternut squash, loofah gourds, French melons, Swiss chard, my favorite.
Basil.
Lots of basil. Peppers are coming in nicely. I just transplanted all these watermelon plants. These are crimson and Georgia. We've got more. These are our tiger cherry tomatoes that are coming up. Honeydew, more peppers, big pinks, tomatillos, bell peppers, dill. Oh, I did plant thyme. You're right, honey. Chamomile, thyme, oregano, cumin. This whole tray is going to be romaine lettuce.
Did any of the cumin come up?
Not yet. Sunflowers, more melon. Then we have Swiss chard, all our brassicas, leeks, and kale, which are doing very well. Oh, and we had some volunteer sunflower or pumpkins
That came in from last year.
Thank you, pumpkin seeds. You're gonna make us some money. We appreciate you.
You didn't even tell them anything about that yet.
I will.
So let's explain what we got going on.
You wanna stand over here together?
You can do that.
You're a vital piece of this whole piece, honey.
You're helping blow air in.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when the door's open, it's not bad. So we've added some things to our greenhouse. Solar rope lights on the side for ambiance. This lovely fan unit that Derek installed. You want to talk about that a little bit?
It's just a temperature controlled fan. If it gets over, I think, around 80 degrees in here, the fan kicks on and it just sucks air out. Just kind of creates negative pressure in here and just pulls air from the cracks and stuff.
Yep.
It's brought the temperature down around 10 degrees or so when it gets well, probably more than that, because she works nights and sometimes we sleep in. And when we sleep in and the sun's out here beating on this thing, we have to have the door closed at night, and we have heaters in here. And if we didn't come out here in the morning before I installed this,
right,
it would sometimes get up to 120, 125 degrees in here.
it was hot.
And it was killing plants. Well, it didn't kill anything. It did kill the couple. What's wrong with that one?
They're not happy.
Why?
They're hot.
What? Notice some plants are thirsty, so she's watering them. Anyway, it'd get really hot in here, and I think we only lost one or two. But it did shock them a little bit, and some of them got really irritated about it. Yeah. So I had to figure out a way so that we could kind of control the temperature in here when we couldn't get into the greenhouse to open things up and get some flow in here. So that's what that's for. So with all the plants that we're growing this year, we're gonna have a lot for ourselves. We didn't really plan it this way.
Yeah, this is like totally the last few weeks has just kind of transpired. Like a lot has happened in the last like 3 weeks. I haven't been able to film hardly at all just because there's just so much going on. Sometimes you just have to put the camera down and just do life.
And live.
And so here's our update on life.
Yeah, so with like the coronavirus, my business is not working out well. I do IT. She, thank the Lord, has 2 jobs right now.
both in essential businesses.
Yeah. So she's kind of been, we've transitioned roles and she's now like sole provider for the family.
Yeah. But that's kind of why this also happened, just because we looked around, realized, okay, we're doing this for ourselves, but think of how many people can benefit from this, because you can't find seeds now in hardware stores to plant your own, and a lot of plant starts are
deemed
going quick.
non-essential.
Again, a lot of places they're deemed non-essential and you can't get them, or they're sold out and there's not enough to give, because a lot of people are like, oh, maybe I should do this gardening thing, and all of a sudden everyone's putting in gardens, which is awesome. But unfortunately, the supply is not up to meet what the demand is. So here we are trying to help our community and our neighbors in a way that we can bless others through vegetable plants. And
well, I think so many people right now are realizing you can grow your own food. A lot of people just don't get it. You can grow your own food.
Yeah.
You can store your own food. There are techniques. I mean, before technology, everybody did this.
Yep.
And I think people are starting to realize it's time to start getting back into that and stop playing into this whole consumerism thing and really focus on being with the family and growing your own food and providing for yourself. And it's it feels good, and it's a good way of life.
Yeah.
And we love it. So we're trying to share that with people. So we've come up with some ideas. I've been home a lot. She has also been kind of home a lot, just because her schedule works really well. So we've had time to work on some things.
Yeah.
So we're starting a couple businesses up. But we're going to talk about only one today.
Yeah.
Basically, we branded our little homestead here the On the Prowl Farm.
Yep.
And that's because where we live on the street, we live on Prowl Street in our town. And it's kind of a cool name, and we had a logo made with kind of commemorate a dog that we have that's going to be gone in a while, which is a very special dog.
Yep. And you guys have all seen him in many other videos, Charlie. So it's adding him to the logo brings a little bit of him, so when he's gone, we can just it just makes it more special.
Yep. So what we're gonna do is we've got all these plants. This year we overplanted, and we did that on purpose because we thought, well, we can give them to neighbors and things like that. But we way overplanted this year, which is great, but we also got started a little late.
We did. Yeah.
But that's okay, because in our climate, we can't plant till really late.
Well, and to be honest, we were one of those people that we couldn't afford to buy seeds that we needed.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
so we kept putting it off and putting it off,
hoping that we were going to get a chunk of money to do so. And then finally we did. Granted, that put us behind like a month, at least a month behind. Because normally we start our seeds in February. And so this year we didn't start until mid-March. And we really only started the essential stuff that we could start at the time. We started the brassicas and the leeks and the Swiss chard, and that was it. And we
held off for like a month.
No, not even a month. It was like 2 weeks, I think. But still, 2 weeks is like a big deal when you're growing crops. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're behind schedule, it puts you behind just with everything. So,
like the other thing is, I mean, some seeds, like pepper plants, take a long time to germinate.
Yeah, they can take 2 to 3 weeks to germinate. So that you add that time in, and you're behind the 8 ball from the beginning.
Big time, yeah. So, but we're gonna be okay. We've got tons of stuff. So anyway, what we're gonna be doing this year, we branded our farm. We've got a couple things we're gonna do because we're gonna have so much food. We expanded our garden this year to allow for a lot more space for ourselves.
Yeah.
We're doing somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 an acre.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of plots out there where we can kind of plant all our goodies. So we're gonna do a CSA.
Yes. Which I'm really excited for. I'm just gonna be able, what are we thinking, 8 spots?
I think we're only gonna do 8 this year, but that's $800 extra a month. It's $100 a month. You get weekly veggies, not even farm, homegrown veggies.
Yeah.
And you ask anybody.
It always tastes better when it's fresh picked out of the garden, and you get that box the next day, and you're like, here you go. Just picked it. It's not waiting in a warehouse somewhere in cold storage. Here it is, fresh, full of nutrients and vitamins, and good for your body. Yum.
And we won't be starting that for a month or 2. But I've told very few people about that. And we've already got some slots filled up. I think we're already up to 3 slots filled out of our 8, and I haven't even advertised it. That's just me talking to some friends. Then the other side of it is, last night we were talking and we're like, you know what, let's sell some starts because we've got a lot of extra that we're not going to need. So we started last night with some watermelon, posted it on Facebook, and we probably had 30 responses, people wanting watermelons. And I'm like, okay, we're going to need to do something here. So we sat down, we put together a real quick e-commerce website in 30 minutes. Like I said, I'm an IT guy, so we just use WordPress with the WooCommerce plugin, slapped it together real quick. You can check it out if you want on theprowlfarm.com. It's for locals only though.
We can't ship plants.
If you
There's no. If you
try to buy plants from us, you're gonna end up just donating your money,
which we appreciate.
So go ahead, buy all the plants you want, but we won't be able to ship them. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
in the future there may be things that we offer down the road to people that are not local, but for now it is strictly local, community based, and that's what we're passionate about. So
yeah, we want to keep our locals happy and help our locals. So so we got that up in an hour, and I think we're down to like 7 starts.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
and now I'm trying to think like, okay, how much do we really need, because we could potentially sell more.
We need a lot for our CSA, but we also don't need a lot because we're only doing 8 slots.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about a box and you think about, okay, $100 a month, I mean, you spend $25 in the store for veggies, but you got to factor in, these are homegrown veggies, they're valued higher. You know, these are a lot higher quality, they haven't been sitting in a warehouse, these are fresh.
They're not sprayed with pesticides.
They're not sprayed with pesticides. So you're talking, you know, like couple bunches of lettuce maybe to start off with, some kale, maybe, you know, some things like that, and maybe some radishes, throw that in there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Some onion grains or something.
Maybe some fresh cut flowers,
cut flowers, herbs, things like that. I'm going to be talking with some other people to kind of, there's other organic farmers in our area that also do things like, you know, they got chickens, they do eggs, which we will also have. We got chickens, which
you've already
seen that
in a previous video.
We got to think about that. But anyway, so you've seen our chickens, which is cool. We're gonna add that to our boxes probably next year. But this year we're gonna partner with some people to kind of do that. Chickens, honey, or eggs, honey. Maybe goat milk or cheese.
Or some fruit like berries, because there's a berry farm up the road.
Berries, yeah. I mean, we're gonna have fun with it this year.
It's just about supporting local.
And it's for fun.
If you are in a small town community, you understand supporting local small business is so important. And that's what we're focusing on with our business now and with this model idea that we have. So I hope you guys will enjoy watching us as we grow this and figure it out to, you know, as we go. And if you have any suggestions, if you've done something like this before, please leave a comment down below and let us know if any tips, tricks, anything. We're all ears.
We're just going with it.
Yep. All right, so let's just go with it and do some transplanting because.
Well, so with that in mind, though.
Yeah.
The transplanting thing.
Yeah.
Our goal today is to get an inventory.
Yes.
We need to know what our inventory is, so we know what we need for ourselves and what we can sell.
Right. Because we don't want to short ourselves.
We can't short ourselves.
So much canning and preserving for ourselves, and that takes a huge chunk of our grocery budget.
Yeah. We're just selling our excess this year. We're not trying to make a ton of money. We're just trying to help some people out with some starts and sell our excess off.
Exactly.
We're gonna also, we have another idea where it's made to order seeds. So like, or made to order plants, so you basically say what you want. We start it in your own personal tray, everything's there, it's ready to go. Sits in our greenhouse for a couple weeks, and then you come pick it up and pay us. Yeah. Or you probably pay beforehand, just because we don't want to get stiffed.
Yeah, I would say a pre-order type situation again, where you're putting your order in place, we get the seeds,
because we've already done the work.
We do the work for you, and then you come and pick your plants up in a few weeks when they're ready to go.
It's all labor. All this is all labor. There's no cost.
Labor of love.
Yeah, so if we didn't do pre-order and somebody stiffed us, we literally lose all of our money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
So yeah, we'd have to pre-order. But anyway, that's the plan. So we're going to take you along with us while we kind of figure things out today.
Yeah, and just show you everything we've got and just
start working.
Have fun with it.
I need a bigger greenhouse.
We need a bigger greenhouse, yes. Alright, so you can't really see my head at the moment, and that's okay. I really wanted you guys to be able to see the plants. So I've got all these plants that I started like, gosh, a month ago, and they're fairly decent size. This is Swiss chard, but the thing is, when we transplanted them out of the seedling trays, we didn't separate them out, and so like this plant alone has probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants. So I need to transplant these into their own cups so that they are their own plant, which means more for us to be able to plant, but also we can sell some off and they're ready to go to somebody's home and actually start, you know, producing in someone else's garden. So some of these are already done. Like for instance, this one. This is a cabbage, and it's already singled out and ready to go. But something like, let's see, let me find a cabbage that's not. See, this one is not, where it's, you've got a bigger one that's obviously doing the best. These two that are hanging on for dear life, but they really need their own space. And once they're separated, I know that they'll thrive. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on today. Derek will be kind of going through and looking and counting numbers of what we have. So that's my plan for the moment. And we're just going to go with it.
I might turn that fan around and see if it makes a difference by turning it around.
Alright, so I just finished filling up a bunch of containers with dirt, watered everything down real good. I think I'm going to start with the Swiss chard and go from there. So, Swiss chard is such an interesting plant. The roots are pink and yellow, just like what it's growing up top. It's so cool. So this has 1, 2, 3 plants it looks like, so I'm going to be able to transplant 3 of these into their own cups, and hopefully that will help them grow stronger.
It's a good thing it's a filter, so let me know if you
And
need
show them that.
Oh, that's nice.
I want to hold one too, Mommy.
Shoot.
You want me to fill these up with a little bit more dirt? Or no?
This one.
Mommy, can I do this one? Can I do this one?
I don't know, these might be all attached.
They're not. Yeah.
Can I do this one? 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 Can I do this one?
No, we gotta let these sit because
But I want to show one.
go ahead, you
See.
show this one.
Here. Some roots on them. He'll probably come back.
Well, that's the thing, I don't want to break them apart if they're not gonna come back.
Well, they have kind of a tap root here.
Here you go, Mom.
Well, we are not selling these. Oh, okay, that just went on the ground. Until we know for sure they're gonna make it.